Good afternoon, New York City, and welcome to the Arc Arena here on the campus of Baruch College. Today, we have a CUNYAC doubleheader between your Baruch College Bearcats and City College. Alongside Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Joe, welcome back, and what a great matchup we have for the Bearcats to really right-size their CUNYAC play as they host the 0-7 Beavers.
David, happy Saturday. And what an honor to be here. I know you're a Baruch alumni, so Battle Lexington, Alumni Day, so important for the Baruch athletic program. But with regard to the women, it's all about Mia Castillo. Starts, finishes with her. But it's about defense, David. And when we start CUNY, every game is a rehearsal for the late January, February, NCAAs.
And Baruch really needs to get it right-sized right here. Coming on a bit of a losing streak here at the Arc. We were about a month since they've been at home, though, so a great opportunity here against City College, who have struggled in their own right.
David, Mia needs help, let's face it, and they have to really defend and limit their turnovers, take good shots. But again, it's about Mia and then everybody else next man up for her.
And she's beginning to help lately from Lola Idea and, of course, Elissa Leung, who's had a strong season as well as she does in her senior year. But we're moments away from tip-off here at the Arc Arena. Before we get into it, we're going to pass it over to our PA announcer, Marty Collins, who will not only do our starting lineups and our national anthem, we're also going to give out a ball to Elissa Leung for 1,000 points and for Mia Castillo for becoming Baruch's women's all-time leading scorer. She's only 17 points away from being Baruch's men and women's all-time leading scorer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Baruch College's Arc Arena. For today's Alumni Day basketball doubleheader between the Beavers of the City College of New York and your Baruch College Bearcats. Our first contest today in women's basketball features the Beavers in Baruch College. But before we begin our introductions, we'd like to have your attention here to midcourt as we honor two players on our women's basketball teams for their recent accomplishments with Baruch basketball history. Back on Saturday, December the 14th, in our last home game against SUNY Poly, this player became the 18th player in Baruch women's basketball history to score 1,000 points. We are so glad to have her back. She's also currently in graduate school. And ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Baruch College women's basketball team, 1,000-point alum, please give a warm round of applause for Elissa Leung. We're going to present Elissa with a special basketball recognizing her 1,000 points. Her family, if you're in the stands, you are invited to come up so we can take a photo. And Deep's also going to take a photo. We're going to wait for the family, and we're going to take one nice group shot. Again, congratulations, Elissa Leung. Should also be mentioned that Elissa Leung is top 10 all-time in Baruch three-pointers. Now we ask the team to come up for a quick group shot. Thank you. Oh, hold on, one more photo. Got to get the social media photos in there. Our next player to honor, since the first day she put on a Baruch uniform, which, by the way, her very first game in Baruch College women's basketball history, she had a triple-double. And since then, she has been scoring and scoring and scoring. She is among the leaders in Division III all-time triple-doubles. But back on Tuesday, November the 26th, 2 days before Thanksgiving, Mia scored 26 points to become the Baruch women's basketball team all-time leading scorer. She overcame Hillary Williams, and at that time, she surpassed the record with 1,856. She also leads the country last year in scoring. She is top 3 this year in Division III. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Baruch College's all-time leading scorer, Mia Castillo. We are presenting Mia with an acrylic award. We ask that her family please come on down so we can take some photos. We're going to take first a photo with the coaches, and then we'll also take it with the family, and then we'll take a group shot. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the all-time leading scorer in women's basketball history. We can ask the parents, you can get in there now. Gotta have the parents in there. Come on in. Okay, women's basketball team, why don't you come out there for a group shot, and then we're going to begin the introductions. Thank you, CCNY, for letting us do this. Thank you. All right, social media photo time. Okay, thank you. Congratulations, Elissa Leung and Mia Castillo. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Alumni Day basketball doubleheader. Our first contest here, the third contest of the CUNYAC season between CCNY and Baruch College. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you all please rise and stand to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. To sing our national anthem, please welcome our very own from the Baruch College softball team, Melanie Robles.
See
Thank you, Melanie Robles from the Baruch College softball team. Let's meet today's starters for our first game between CCNY and the Bearcats. Let's start off first from the visitors from CCNY. A senior from the Bronx, New York, number 5, Castillo Morrison.
So we're live on YouTube, so we can rewind.
A junior from Brooklyn, New York, number 13, Jocelyn Ramos. A freshman from Ridgewood, New York, number 24, Ashley Superby. A freshman from Woodside, New York, number 30, Yasmin Loma Romero. And a freshman from the Bronx, New York, number 32, Amanda Fisher. Team managers Ashley Munez and Naomi Cabral, assistant coach Alessandro Pettini, and his first season as head coach of the CCNY women's basketball team, Marcelo Di Rosso. Let's meet the Baruch College Bearcats.
All right.
The senior from Whitestone, New York, number 2, Angela Beccarella. The senior from Brooklyn, New York, and Baruch's newest 1,000-point scorer, number 3, Elissa Leung. A junior from Williamsville, New York, number 10, Precious Mitchell. A senior from Pleasant Valley, New York, number 23, Mia Castillo. And rounding out your starters, a freshman from Port Jefferson, New York, number 33, Lola Indar, the CUNYAC Rookie of the Week. Team manager, Kasha Mitchell, volunteer assistant coach, Alexis Smith. Your assistant coaches, Kiana Clark and Tim Shanahan. And your head coach, Michael Cotrosos. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A reminder, Baruch College.
So we are moments away from tip-off here at the Arc Arena, Joe. Baruch coming in riding a 4-game losing streak, but a great opportunity here against the Beavers of City College, who, like we said in the pre-show, come in at 0-7.
Yeah, David, again, it starts with Mia Castillo. She's got to get off to a good start, and they just got to defend, David, and cause turnovers.
They're letting up City Colleges close to 77 points a game, only scoring 40 themselves. So I think if Baruch could jump on them, to your point, here early in the first quarter, you could really, put their foot on them and keep the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I would think Baruch is in a good place. It's Alumni Day, big game, rival. And again, I like their body language and warm-ups. I like, the way that they're coming out. And we're going to have a good one, David.
And we are underway here at the Arc Arena. It's going to be the Beavers in their road purple, white letters, white trim. Baruch in their traditional home whites, light blue numbers, dark blue trim. And it'll be City College going right to left here in the early going.
Good man-to-man defense. There's a turnover, David, due to the defense.
Castillo up top to Idir, mid-range jumper, and that's good. Idir, freshman, CUNYAC freshman of the week, and we've seen her have some really strong games. Joe, last game here had 6 threes, really contributing with an 18-point game.
She's got a good-looking shot.
And Castillo comes away with the steal here right in front of us, going to go coast to coast, and can't finish with the right hand. But she was able to carve up that transition D there of the Beavers.
I love the body language that the Bearcats have come out with. And, again, watch the turnovers that they're causing.
Ooh, a nice hustle play there by Fisher. She's able to knock it off Idir last.
Now,
to your point, Joe, it's almost a turnover here in the early going for the Beavers.
David, CCNY has some height in the post. And Baruch is going to have to really deny inside passes. And really, David, that's another turnover. So the defense has come to play early here.
Some sloppy play there by the Beavers as it went off the hands of Morrison last. And it'll be Castillo to walk things up for the Bearcats. Cross-court pass, Leung near side three. Ooh, off back iron, no good.
Well, we want to see Leung get off to a good start.
Ramos right into the lane. Good defense there by Idea. She knocks it away, and it'll stay right there with the Beavers.
The Bearcats are really active with their hands and feet.
As people still trickle in here into the Arc Arena, starting to see a nice crowd form for the Lady Bearcats. Three there by Loma Romero's no good. Baccarella comes away with the rebound into the hands of Castillo. Castillo's going to push. Baruch have him in transition. Gives it off to Idea. Thinks about the shot. Pump fakes. Pulls it back to Leung on the far side. Cross-court pass to Baccarella. Inside to Mitchell. And, can't lay it in off back iron. No good. Mitchell's ball still loose, trying to fight for it. And it's going to be Loma Romero who comes away with it.
David, we're seeing Baccarella and what she means to this team on both ends early.
And that's going to be a 10-second violation as the Beavers ain't unable to get the ball into the front court quick enough. And it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Well, again, good defense by the Bearcats as the turnovers for CCNY piling up.
Right now they're averaging close to 30 turnovers per game, which is just not a winning formula if you're City College. And one for Castillo from the mid-range, and she'll go to the line for a chance at an old-school three-point play.
Well, David, it looks like CCNY is going to beat themselves, number one. But you know what? Coach K wants the Bearcats to worry about themselves and their game and really not play down to their opponent.
Castillo off on the free throw, mid-range jumper there, and she knocks it down. A nice rebound there to quickly kick it back out to Castillo for a 4-point play.
It seems like Castillo gets better and better each game.
It's going to be Subervi, who steps out of bounds on the far side. So it's going to go back to Baruch. And dangerous right now if you're Beavers trying to set up in this half-court press.
Well, right now, again, I'm going to say it over and over. I love the body language. Baruch seems confident in their, attack.
Ooh, Castillo almost corrals an errant pass there. Kicks it out to Leung near side, and she knocks down a three.
There's one of the best players ever to put on a Bearcat uniform.
So Rosa Morrison brings it into the front court. Takes the pick there from Subervi. Now it's over to Rosa. Rosa into the lane. Aaron shot off the side of the glass. Gets her own rebound, though. Kicks it out to Morrison near side. Subervi on the pick. Mitchell has to switch out onto Morrison. Straight up three for Morrison is good as she hits the deck. Nice shot there.
David, she hit that with good defense on her.
Castillo all over her. Nice cross-court pass. Castillo to Idea knocks down a three from the far side. Baruch able to answer the three moments ago from the Beavers.
Baruch coming out with a really good energy.
Leung crossover move. Kicks it out. Idea straight on three. Ooh, front iron, back iron, no good. Rebounded there by Baccarella. She's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot two.
David, even with the misses by Baruch, at least Mia's got some help.
And if you're just tuning in before the game, Elissa Leung congratulated for her 1,000th point that she got here last time out at the Arc. And Mia Castillo needs 16 points for 2,000 and 17 points to be the all-time men and women's scorer currently held by Chimek Ekobar.
I feel good she's going to get it today, David.
She's got 4 here in the early going. And Baccarella knocks down the free throw. Baruch lead 13-3.
Good to see Baccarella get in the offense.
Mid-range jumper from Morrison, no good. Mitchell on the rebound, fighting for it underneath, looking for options. Over to Idea. And she's fouled underneath, and the Beavers just being a little over-aggressive there. But I think that was the time too, Joe. They had the Bearcats really pinned back.
Great position by Mitchell, And I love the way that the Baruch defense has been moving and to be in the right place at the right time.
Ball still loose here on the near side. Castillo able to pick it up. Nope, takes too many steps.
Hey, it looked good, David.
Yeah. So 6:10 remaining. Baruch lead 13-3.
It looked like she had a good Euro step.
Morrison almost turns it over. Super V, yep, they're going to say Morrison trying to save it in front of her bench, turns it over, and the Beavers have really had a lot of trouble with Baruch's full court press.
You know, David, I want to point out to Baruch Nation, as good an offensive player as Mia Castillo is, defensively, she's all over the place.
So it's Castillo now. She'll pull straight on three. Ooh, that one was halfway down, rolls out, and it'll be the Beavers on the ball here.
Will the maintenance spray WD-40 on these rims?
Now Rosa has it on the Bearcats logo, looking for options. Swung around the perimeter out to the far side. It's Cologne who just checked into the game. She took too many steps, and it's going to go back to Baruch.
You know, the good defensive positioning is in the heads of City College, and it's aiding in these turnovers.
So Castillo right into the lane, kicks it out near side. Leung, a wide open three off front right iron, no good. And it's going to be Rosa who comes away with it for the Beavers. Goes right into the lane, draws some contact on the way up, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, what happened is Baruch didn't cut off the angle and allowed her to get a good, pass it to the basket.
Foul there's going to be on Castillo. That's her first. Off on the first free throw. Only shooting 47% from the line this year is Rosa if she hits the second.
Well, you gave her some good luck, David.
I like to think it was the law of averages.
Yeah.
So 13-4, Baruch Lee coming out halfway gone here in the first quarter. And a straight-on three there from Thornton Lewis. She knocks it down, and just like that, Baruch extending their lead to double digits. They lead 16-4. Triple team here on the near side of Morrison. Ball's loose at the halfway line. Baccarella all over Fisher at the halfway point. Cologne has the ball now, gives it off to Ramos. Ramos puts it on the deck, behind the back dribble, pulls it back. Ball swung around the outside with the Beavers. Floater in the lane with Cologne, and she able to knock that one down. Nice move there by Ashley Cologne, the sophomore from Francis Lewis High School.
David, Baruch has to, get in front of CCNY, not allow them to get that easy angle to the basket.
Pull up three there by Castillo, no good. Mitchell and Morrison tied up, and it's going to stay right there with the Bearcats.
Boy, it's great the energy Mitchell gives you down in the post. She's everywhere, involved in everything.
Mitchell coming to the bench, and they'll see the first minutes for Liliana Morales.
Well, Morales gives the Bearcats some length to match up with the length of CCNY.
Near side three there from Castillo, way off, hits the backboard, but Castillo able to get the rebound after it got hit off a couple hands, including Baccarella. Thornton Lewis, far side three, and she knocks it down. Nope, they're going to say it was a two. Check that. Baruch lead 18-6, coming in on 4 minutes remaining here in the first. Baruch again setting up in the full court press.
But again, good look from Castillo to Lewis.
And another 10-second violation as Baruch swarming all over City College, and Coach DeRusso wants to talk things over as he has to be frustrated with how his team is trying to break down this press.
Well, defensively, Baruch has gotten into the heads of CCNY.
So with 4:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Baruch leads 18-6. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And, Joe, you mentioned it at the kickoff of the broadcast. Baruch really have to get all over the CCNY team early. We've seen that here in the first of roughly 6 minutes as they've broken out a nice 12-point lead.
I'll tell you, I'm so impressed by the defensive effort by Baruch, moving their hands, moving their feet, cutting off angles. And the only time CCNY has scored is Baruch kind of took the possession off. And Coach K, again, is going to remind them, we're going to win this game on defense. Offense is going to be there because Mia's got help.
And Idea and Thornton Lewis have been that help. Thornton Lewis already has 5 points in a minute of action. Idea has 5 points in 5 minutes of action. And really seeing a well-rounded offensive unit from the Bearcats.
As you would agree, in the past years, we've sat here and said Mia needs help. Well, she's got it.
So both teams ready to break the huddle here. It's going to be Baruch ball. 4:10 remaining here in the first. 18-6 they lead in the early going of the first quarter of Alumni Day. Don't forget, after this game at 4 p.m., we'll have the men's game between City College and Baruch. It's CUNYAC basketball action here on Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. As the mid-range jumper there from Castillo, no good. And once again, Ramos leaked out there on the far side, and the Beavers able to get it into the front court. Ramos, her pass blocked. It was knocked away by Castillo. Castillo knocked it at the hand of Morales. Morales bounce pass over to Leung. Mid-range open jumper. She's able to get that one to fall.
David, again, I want to emphasize to Baruch Nation, Mia Castillo is as good a defensive player as she is offense.
As Thornton Lewis comes away with, they're going to say she was just a bit too. Wait, are they going to call the foul there? Sorry, they're going to call the foul there on the Beavers. Nice play there by Thornton Lewis as she was able to get the steal, and she got fouled as she was transitioning to fast break.
Well, if this was at CCNY, the call would have gone the other way. But because we're here, Baruch gets the call, I believe. Now we want to look for Lewis to get into the offense.
Leung now wide open three on the far side. She'll pull, rattles that one home, and Elissa Leung has her second three of the afternoon.
Good for her. It's her day today.
And once again, Baruch swarming with this defensive pressure. Morrison's going to have to get into the front court. Leung able to rip it out of the hands of Fisher, and she'll have an easy layup and lay it in with the right hand.
The defense has been superb, and Coach K wants it to continue.
In just about a minute, Baruch have gone on a 9-0 run. Now Cologne has it in the front court.
Way to Leung to get back.
Now it's a straight left wing three there from Romero. Shot off left iron, no good. And Baruch come away with it. Castillo now into the front court, looking for options. Gives it over to Leung, near side wing. Pulls on the three, and she knocks it down. Leung's having a monster first quarter. She's got 13. As Castillo gets a quick steal and a quick layup. And just like that, what was moments ago, about a minute and 40 seconds ago, was a 16-6 game. Baruch have put up 14 points in a minute and 40 seconds. They lead 30-6 with about 2.5 remaining here in the first.
And David, today, Leung, every time the ball leaves her hand, it looks like it's going in. So good for her.
And she's got, like we said, 13 points in about 7.5 minutes of action here. Having a monster game is Elissa Leung. Castillo has 6, but Leung 5 of 7 from the field, including 3 of 5 from downtown.
You know, from a coaching staff, the Bearcats want to keep this game film so far and show it to the players because this is a formula for a championship. Great defense, turnovers, and help, and also great balance along the offense.
So it'll be Beavers to inbound here. Once again, Baruch in the full court press, trying to get into the front court. Cologne tied up. 2 seconds, 1 second. They got to get it into the front court. They do. And it'll be Morrison up top on the Bearcats logo. Leung all over her.
A great job by the Bearcats getting back.
Baccarella comes away with the steal. Castillo now into the front court, going right into the lane. And a little too strong. It was Morales. Back out to Castillo. Mid-range shot. Again, too strong. It's going to be Castillo who comes down with it again. In the sea of bodies underneath, they're going to call a jump ball, and it's going to go back to City College. I think Castillo just trying to do a little too much on that offensive possession.
Mia Castillo was everywhere. Baccarella gets a little rest. What an unsung hero she is.
Jabby checking into the game for her first minutes of action tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. As once again, Baruch giving the Beavers a fit with this defensive press, It's going to offensive foul there against Cologne, and DeRusso is frustrated, you can see, with his team as he's trying to get them set up for success here to combat this press.
And you know what? The Bearcats are showing they're enjoying this defensive gem that they're showing.
Castillo, mid-range jumper. Shot no good. Jabby knocks it out, though, into the waiting hands of Thornton Lewis up top. Inside out play. Thornton Lewis now pull far side three. Around and out, no good. Castillo trying to battle for it underneath. Subervie able to come away with the rebound.
Even in the misses, David, Baruch is right on.
And once again, Beavers have to rush as they barely get it over into the front court in time. Almost a steal there from Castillo. Yep, Castillo able to knock it into the hands of Morales. Gives it over to Thornton Lewis. Now to Castillo into the front court. It's going to be Leung on the far side three. Castillo gets the front side rebound. Leung's shot may have been tipped on the way up. Hit side of the backboard, and it's going to be Beavers who come away with it.
But again, Mia looking for her teammates.
Morrison pulls a three and knocks it down from the near side wing. And the Beavers really needed that one, Joe, as they trail by 21.
David, Morrison looks like the only threat coming offensively for the CCNY.
Morales into the lane. She's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot two. Baruch lead 30-9 with 42.8 seconds remaining here in the first.
What a great job by Coach K and his staff to get these Bearcats really up for this game, which, again, it's Alumni Day. Nice crowd. Great job by the coaching staff.
These are going to be actually Morales' first and second free throws of the season. Everything right there for that not to fall.
Well, somebody call the maintenance department. I mean, these balls are going down and they're coming up again.
And off on the second, as it'll be Thompson, who just checked into the game, corralling that rebound.
Well, it's a miracle if CCNY gets it over half court.
So now Morrison has it, takes the pick from Subervie. Morrison into the lane, wide open layup, and one as she's able to get to the basket and finish. And the Beavers making a nice little push here at the end of the first quarter.
Well, they're going to have to defend Morrison because she is the one person that obviously is showing she can score for CCNY. But you don't want to let her get too into her game.
As Morrison knocks down the second.
Well, I would hold the ball if I'm the Bearcats. They've had a great first quarter.
And check that, actually. She got the three-point play at the free throw line. As Thornton Lewis has it now. To Joe's point, Baruch can't hold for the final shot. As Lopez just checked into the game for the Bearcats. Castillo getting a well-needed breather. As it was Jabby on the far side who knocked it down. Very nice as all the Bearcats getting involved. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Baruch 32, Beavers 12. You're watching women's basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
David, textbook first quarter for the Bearcats. Defensively, mentally, offensively. I'm telling you, Coach K's got to show this to them for the rest of the season. If we can put together, David, two halves like this team is going to have a parade on Lexington Avenue.
And Leung, leading all scorers with 13. I mean, she's outscoring the Beavers alone, who only have 12 after the first. And then the other side of it, Mia Castillo, we talked about her in the pregame. She has 6 points, 5 steals, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Dare I say, the makings of a quadruple-double here today.
David, I believe I could see the confidence that the Bearcats have coming out today. And it's showing. Even when they're missing shots are really good shots. So this is Bearcat Nation, you're seeing the best stuff today. And hopefully, this is something for the future. Both the men and the women really going to give us some good highlights going forward.
And if you're not at the Arc Arena and want to get down here, we do have a 4 p.m. tip today in the men's basketball game between City College and your Baruch College Bearcats. But we have plenty of action here in the women's game as it's the start of the second quarter. Baruch lead 32-12.
By the way, David, City College men have emerged as a contender in CUNY.
Castillo now has it up top, jumper from the top of the key. While she's having a strong game, only 3 of 12 from the field here in the early going is Castillo.
Well, David, that was a sloppy foul. Again, Baruch cannot let City College get back in this game by any means.
Cologne now has it, looking for options, gives it up to Morrison up top. Morrison on the logo, batted away from back row. Oh, they're going to say she was just a bit handsy. It looked like she got the ball.
Hey, that was all ball, David.
They're going to say she came across the forearm, and it's going to be Beavers to inbound right in front of the Bearcat bench.
Shout out to Baccarella. Just does it all on both ends for the Bearcats.
So it'll be Morrison. Ooh, it looks like she almost stumbled there on the inbounds.
Now, again, Morrison is really the threat offensively for CCNY.
Nice find inside there as she found the cutting Ramos, unable to finish. Ball still loose underneath. It went off Mitchell last, and it'll stay right there for the Beavers. We saw it a little bit, Joe, at the end of the first, and now into the second. Beavers just looking a little bit more aggressive going to the basket.
Well, I think that, both teams, as always, feel each other out in the first, and I think CCNY feels confident that they can play with these Bearcats.
As Castillo now gives it off to Idea on the far side. Her shot way off, though, and Thornton Lewis comes away with the rebound. Looking for options, has Idea straight on, finds a cutting Baccarella back door. She's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot two. Nice ball movement, though, from the
That
Bearcats.
was a great pass and a great catch by Baccarella in traffic. We would love to see Angela get going offensively because she just does it all.
And off right iron on the first. And gets the second one to fall. So Baruch lead 33-12, a little bit more than a minute gone here in the second quarter. Ooh, Ramos left it behind. And it's going to be Thornton Lewis who comes away with it. Looking for options, has a trailer and Idea. She thinks about the deep three, instead gives it back to Thornton Lewis, finds the cutter in Castillo in the lane. Her shot wild. No, they're going to say no contact, but it's going to be last off of the Bearcats.
That was a great catch by Mia.
Yeah, it was a crowded lane there as Idea was trying to get that in there, and it'll be Castillo near side three. She knocks it down from the corner. She's got 9. 7 away from 2,000. As Castillo comes away with the steal from behind. Baccarella's fouled in transition. Foul there's going to be on Cologne.
You know what's great? Again, we give such praise to Mia Castillo, but she just knocked down a 3, and it was really important for her, Dave, to come back and make a defensive play, which led to a turnover by City College. So she's not just worried about her offense. She wants to do it all for her team.
And I think Castillo there took an elbow in the nose, so she'll just have to get quickly cleaned up. And Morrison comes away with the steal. Ooh, heads-up play there, not to get that one stripped from behind. Now it's into the hands of Ramos. Nice play there by Baccarella, intercepting the entry pass that was intended for Superby. And now it's Leung into the front court. Idea looking for options, finds the post player, and Baccarella forces that a little bit, though, as Ramos had position, and she knocks it out of bounds, and it'll go back. It'll stay right there with the Bearcats.
Yeah, Baruch is getting a little sloppy with their passes. We need Elissa to play quarterback.
Gives it out near side. Baccarella, mid-range jumper. A little too strong, no good. Morrison comes away with the rebound.
Well, Baccarella's got to keep shooting because they're eventually going to fall for her.
Subervie now has it working against Mitchell. Inside out. Now Ramos, far side three, way off. Baccarella corrals that rebound. Up ahead of the pack is Mitchell. She corrals the pass. And she's fouled. They're going to say it was on the floor.
Great pass by Baccarella and a great catch.
Castillo checking back into the game. That'll be Thornton Lewis who comes to the bench.
Thornton Lewis giving Coach K big minutes.
Now Leung gives it back to Castillo. Castillo into the lane. Has an option behind. Ooh, had an idea wide open right behind her. Instead, Castillo going to pull a straight on three. Shot off left iron. No good.
David, I think Castillo should try and get to the foul line more.
Three there on the near side from Thompson. No good. Been impressed with her, though, here in the early going as the cross full court pass from Castillo intercepted by Morrison. Morrison able to go right into the lane, trying to finish with the right hand. Nope, she's fouled on the way by Idea, and that'll send Morrison to the line to shoot two.
David, when the Bearcats see Morrison putting her foot on the gas pedal, they have to get in front of her.
And Morrison knocks down the first. It's 36-13, a little bit more than 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. And off on the second, Baccarella able to corral the rebound, and she brings it right into the front court. Gives it off to Castillo near side. Castillo mid-range jumper, and she knocks that one down.
Yeah, that extra dribble freed Mia for that easy jumper.
Yeah, you have to respect the drive in those moments, and gives you just a little bit of space to pull up.
Listen, City does not have an answer for Mia Castillo. Let's make that clear.
I don't know if a lot of schools have an answer for.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, Iowa had Caitlin Clark, but we have Mia Castillo.
Heads up play there by Thompson to duck out of the way of that pass. As now Morrison has it back up top. Inside out play over to
Good
Romero.
defense. Good defense.
Check that Ramos. Now Subervie inside, back out to Ramos. Thompson straight on. Drives into the lane. High floater, no good. Subervie battling with the rebound with Mitchell. They're going to say the foul was there on Subervie.
Yeah, you know what? They went the whole shot clock, and she threw up a wild shot.
Ooh, Leung almost left that one behind. Morrison draped all over her. Bounce past Idea. Inside to Mitchell. Ooh, just behind Mitchell. I think Idea had the layup if she wanted it.
Elissa has to do what Mia does. One dribble, and she's going to be wide open in the lane.
Overall, though, you got to like the ball movement there from the Bearcats. I would say the offense has maybe gotten a little bit stagnant here into the second quarter, though.
Yeah, but I love the fact that the Bearcats are looking for each other because they're confident they can get somebody to score other than Mia.
And Castillo comes away with the steal and able to finish with the right hand off the glass. Also, the other thing we've seen Baruch really get away from, and granted, when you're up 27 in the second, you may be able to afford this, is the full court press that worked so well for them in the first.
You know what? That's been a trademark this season of Coach K, is that full court press.
Active hands there. This time by Jabby, up ahead to Castillo from Leung. Can't finish. Castillo just a bit short off right iron.
What a great pass and what a great catch.
Morrison near side three off left iron. No good. Ball batted around. Still loose. And it's going to go left off of Romero. So it'll go back to the Bearcats.
What's impressive, David, on the defensive rebounding, the positioning of the Bearcats has been excellent. They were always in the right place.
So now Leung into the front court. Dribbles past Romero, kicks it out near side Thornton Lewis, who just checked into the game. Shot no good. Mitchell out on the rebound. Quickly double teamed. Ball swung around the perimeter. It's Castillo now going to dribble into the lane, gives it out near far side, to Baccarella. Mid-range jumper, no good. Same team there between Mitchell and Thornton Lewis. Mitchell comes away with it. It'll be Castillo over to Thornton Lewis. Far side jumper. Line drive shot is good. That's going to be a 2. But nice ball movement there from the Bearcats.
Hey, the 69-70 Knicks made an art out of ball movement. And that's what we're seeing out of Baruch today.
Baruch out after a high-scoring first, 44 combined points. It's not only a 11-point second. To make that a 13-point second quarter.
Again, the great defensive positioning by Baruch.
Castillo now has a bounce pass inside to Baccarella. High arcing layup, no good. Castillo, the first one to the loose ball. Oh no, correct that. It was actually Morrison who comes away with it.
Morrison is the threat for CCNY offensively.
So now Leung, after the rebound of Baccarella the other way into the hands of Castillo. Beavers able to get back, though, in transition. Now gives it over to Leung. She'll pull a far side 3. Shot off front iron. No good. Baccarella gets the rebound over to Castillo. Castillo, one dribble. Finds Thornton Lewis under, check that. That's Mitchell underneath. Jabby underneath, sorry. As inside to the cutting Castillo, who lays it in. And Coach Catrozos actually wants to talk things over.
Everything working out for the Bearcats.
As now Castillo and Leung both have 13. Leung hasn't gotten going here in the second, but Castillo has stepped up her game a bit here, 7 of the Baruch points.
It's all a collective effort.
Check that. Castillo has 15 points as Baruch lead 44-13, 3:24 remaining here in the second quarter. And Castillo only needs one basket away to become Baruch's all-time men and women's leading scorers. One point away from being the second Bearcat all-time with 2,000 points.
But, David, today she's just playing a complete game. And we keep, eyeing the offense. But, again, note the all-around game that she brings.
You have to, Joe. 7 steals here in the first half. I mean,
she's just been everywhere.
Video game numbers, if you ask me. Also, 6 assists, only 2 turnovers, so the assist-to-turnover ratio.
Baruch Nation, it's been an honor to watch this student-athlete play. Just a great person, great player. And, again, it's been an honor and privilege. We've seen a lot of Lady Bearcats throughout the years. And, again, she's another one in one of the greats.
So it'll be Morrison to walk things up. Well, inside-out game. Ooh, ball almost rolled right off the hand of Cologne for the Beavers on the far side. Now Cologne has it, gives it over around the perimeter, Romero, mid-range jumper, shot no good. That's Ramos, check that. And it'll be Castillo who comes away with it. Ooh, Castillo trying to find the cutting Jabby underneath, and it's going to stay right there with the Bearcats.
David, CCNY actually moves the ball well. But, again, they're just not, except for Morrison, they're not making shots.
Looking for options. It's Castillo on the curl. One dribble. Nope. Took too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Beavers.
Yeah, there really wasn't anywhere for her to go in the corner. Plus, there were 2 people converging on her.
Inside-out game. 3 there on the far side by Blevin. Shot no good. Castillo pushing it the other way. Bounce pass to Thornton Lewis, who's able to lay it in. Castillo has 7 assists, 7 steals, and 15 points.
And the Bearcats just have been in the right place offensively.
And, ball goes all the way around and out for Ramos, and Castillo will walk it up. Castillo, nice find there to find Morales underneath. It's going to stay right there, though, with the Bearcats. Leung will come to the bench as Lopez is checked into the game. Lopez right into the lane off of her leg. Ball rolls right to Thornton Lewis. Now over to Castillo. Jabby near side three off front iron. No good. Ball batted right into the waiting hands of Morrison for the Beavers. And she'll walk things up. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Baruch lead 46-13.
The Bearcats want to go into halftime with some good play.
Ball into the hands of Castillo. Over to Thornton Lewis. Back to Castillo on the far side. Morrison on her. Looking for options. Finds Jabby on the inside. In a little inside out. Cross-court pass to Thornton Lewis. No, trying to find a bounce pass inside. No one there for Thornton Lewis, and it's going to go back to the Beavers.
Yeah, that was an errant pass. No angle.
Inside there for Thompson. Nice move and able to finish with the right hand.
Well,
Sydney
again,
Thompson, the freshman guard from the Bronx.
Baruch gave up defensively on that possession.
Inside out game finds the cutting Castillo underneath. They're going to say, nope, Morales took too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Beavers. Coming in on a minute remaining here in the second quarter. Baruch lead 46-15.
I think Baruch needs to just work the clock a little bit now. I think they're high energy, but they need to kind of calm down.
Ooh, comes up with it. It's going to be Thornton Lewis.
Great defense by Lopez.
And Lopez was actually breaking out there. I think she wanted the lead pass, just wasn't doing, and that's going to send Thornton Lewis to the line to shoot two as Baruch are now in the bonus.
Well, Lopez deserved it offensively, made a great play defensively.
We most likely won't see any records broken here in the first half as Mia Castillo comes to the bench.
Well, she's just going to continue to break records, David, as you know her career goes on. There's no doubt.
And Thornton Lewis off on the first. And rattles home the second. Baruch lead 47-15 with 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. Aaron pass. No, Jabby on the steal. Nice find. Ooh, good bounce pass there from Thornton Lewis to Lopez. Unable to corral, though, and it'll be the Beavers who come away with it. 35 seconds remaining here in the first.
Bearcats want to go into the locker room at halftime, you know, in a good place mentally. They've had an incredible first half.
And the foul there is going to be on number 25, Eliana Sockwell Chilai.
You know, David, it's a cliche, but a player like Castillo makes everybody else better.
And Thornton Lewis knocks down the first. She's now into double figures as she has 11. Ooh, rounding out on the second. It's going to be Fisher who comes down with the rebound.
Baruch really wants to lock down to go into the halftime with really good place mentally.
And now it's on the near side with Romero. Romero needs to look up, though. 3 seconds to shoot, 2 seconds to shoot. Fisher's going to have to put it up. She loses the ball, and that will do it for the first half. Baruch all over the Beavers here at the Arc Arena.
David, they've started the game in an incredible defensive mode, and they end the half incredibly defense, locking down CCNY in that last possession.
And 3 Bearcats in double figures. Castillo leads all scorers with 15. Leung has 13. Thornton Lewis has 11, but Castillo only 2 points away now from becoming Baruch's all-time leading scorer. Also, potentially, I don't see a way she doesn't get a triple-double in this one with unconventionally with assists and steals, but potentially an unheralded quadruple-double as she does have 4 rebounds here in the first half.
David, she's done everything that you can ask. And what I think I mentioned to you, she's given confidence to her teammates because they feed off of her excellence.
Of course, 7 assists too, Joe. So, I mean, clearly she's getting everyone involved.
Now, here's the thing. Coach K in the locker room, I believe, is going to really urge no letdowns defensively, because this game turns into the next game, and before you know it, we're in the CUNY tournament, and it's going to be who plays the D that gets the championship.
And what's also nice, Joe, is every eligible player today for the Bearcats has already played minutes. So you're getting, not only in these types of games, you're also giving confidence to maybe your 8th, 9th, 10th woman off the bench.
Great point, David. In years past, we've sat here hoping and wishing that Coach K got help from Mia. And, well, his prayers have been answered. And God willing, everybody stays healthy. And this team really is a complete machine.
And like you said, and also we kind of spoke about it, we're now into CUNYAC play, right? These games just kind of roll right into the next one. You have today against, obviously, City College at halftime, blowing the doors off 48-15 right now. But then you're at John Jay on Wednesday. You're home against Medgevers on Friday. You're home against York College on Wednesday. You're at Lehman College the Friday after, right into the Tuesday, right into the Friday. And it kind of just a bit of a snowball effect. So if you can kind of get some of these confidence builders under your belt, it'll roll right, especially, right into Wednesday.
And the thing is, home advantage, both the men and women. This vertical place over the years has been just that. And, David, I just want to spend a little bit of time, Baruch history, all the great players, Cerise Paradise from Chicago, that reminds, me and reminds us of a great dynamic offensive player. And, again, this is a special day for Baruch alumni, which you are one of them. And athletically, we are just on a roll here, whether it be soccer, tennis, men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball. So from an alumni standpoint, this has been an amazing run.
In our 10 years doing this, we've seen some quality ball players come through the come through the team here.
Well, Coach Elissa, I don't know, what his team was eating, but they're on a, three-peat. And this year, by the way, we'll get to them later. Coach Elissa, all he needs is, that chemistry going from the 5 to the bench. And, Gerard Nicholson having a monster year. And, again, we look for big things from the men and the women.
So we're at half here at the Arc Arena. It is the first game of your day-night doubleheader, if you want to call it, as the men don't tip off till 4 o'clock. Baruch lead 48-15. Mia Castillo 1 point away from 2000, 2 points away from being Baruch's all-time leading scorer, both men and women's. 3 players already in double figures for the Bearcats, but we'll step aside and be back in about 8 to 10 minutes with preview of your second half and your second half action. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. Welcome back to the Arc Arena. We are moments away from your second half action in the first game of your doubleheader between the City College Beavers and your Baruch College Bearcats. If you're just joining us, Baruch have been all over City College, leading 48-15 as we move into the second half.
Yeah, David, Baruch came out of the locker room in the first half with great body language, great confidence, and again, a textbook first half for the Lady Bearcats. If I may, David, before we start talking about alumni, Terry Acosta, who was an athletic trainer here for Baruch Athletics, won a gold medal, women's basketball in Paris, and won a championship in the WNBA with the Liberty. So Brian Flannery of men's baseball is the PR director for the Liberty. So Baruch Athletics is everywhere, David.
Having a lot of success in the women's basketball game in their own right.
Yeah.
We're moments away, Joe, about 25 seconds here from the start of the second half. I mean, Baruch obviously, when you think about it, almost in an unlosable situation. You don't want to ever say that, put the words to that. But what do you think they need to do here in the early
David,
going of the second half?
It's going to be kind of a practice for Baruch, is that they have this big lead, and Coach K is going to yell and scream, don't, get into bad habits because you're up with a big lead. Bad habits can come. I think he just wants them to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
So we're moments away from the start of the second half for Baruch. It'll be the same five of Leung, Idir, Baccarella, Mitchell, and Castillo.
Not only is this a big day for Mia Castillo, but it's a big day for her family. How thrilled we are for them to watch this great student athlete.
So Cologne does get the start for the second half for the Beavers. Outside of that, it's the same five in the first half. As Castillo now bounce pass into Mitchell near side. She's fouled as she tried to come across and move back towards the perimeter. And the foul there is going to be on Cologne. 15 seconds in, we have our first whistle.
Again, Mia looking for her teammates. She knows she can score basically at will. But, what does it say about her and her character?
Ooh, nice find there. Ooh, Castillo, gets blocked. And they're going to say she stepped out on the end line as she was going up for the layup right off of the inbounds.
I thought it might have been a foul on CCNY, being it's a home game for the Lady Bearcats.
So once again, Baruch setting up into the full court press. Had a lot of success with this in the first half, as City College had 25 turnovers in the first half, which is remarkable in its own right.
Well, Coach K can't be happy about that. A possible three-point play to open up the second half. And, since Baruch has been incredible defensively, that was a gift for CCNY.
Cologne, a 70% free throw shooter at the line as she knocks down the free throw. And to Joe's point, an old-school three-point play, and it'll be Castillo to bring it into the front court. Leung, far side three. She knocks it down. Big shot there from Leung, and now she's Baruch's leading scorer on the afternoon as she now has 16. Up ahead of the pack is Cologne. Smart play there by Idir not to foul.
Well, Baruch defensively has, taken their foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Don't think Coach K's happy about that.
So just cleaning up a wet spot here on the floor. Safety first here at the Arc Arena. Baruch lead 51-20, coming in on a minute gone here in the third quarter.
Morrison and Cologne really the only offensive threats for CCNY. And by no means should Baruch get into the mentality that we're up so big, we can take possessions off. No. That will be leading to some bad habits. Not today, but leading to the future.
So it'll be Leung to walk things up here for the Bearcats. Castillo here on the near side, into the lane, drives in, lays it in, step aside, Chimac Ekabar. Mia Castillo, your all-time leading scorer here for your Baruch College Bearcats.
Well, it's a great moment for the Castillo family and Baruch Athletics.
And the crazy part is, Joe, we're about halfway at the halfway point of the season. The amount of points that she's going to add to the record itself is going to be massive.
Again, we've been on.
Women's basketball player to score 2,000 career points. And she also became men's and women's basketball all-time leading scorer. Congratulations, Mia Castillo!
David, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person, really.
So a moment there to acknowledge Castillo. Great player. Has had a great career here.
Great moment for Baruch Athletics and Baruch College.
I mean, just from her freshman year, right? Like John said, leading scorer in the country last year, top 3 this year, and that's how you get yourself to a position of 2,000 points halfway through your senior year. And on top of that, Joe, like we were kind of talking about before we had a stoppage here, she's going to only add, like, the record, she has the record now at 8:32 remaining here in the third quarter of the 12th game of the season.
But David,
she's only going to add points on top of points on top of points to this record. Sorry, Joe.
No, to your point, not only is she a great player, but if you see her in the hallway, she's an incredible person. So she's the whole package. And I had the honor of interviewing her, David, earlier in the season, and I asked her what her aspirations are. And you know something? She could be a professional without a doubt.
Averaging a little over 27 points per game and a little over 6 rebounds per game. So an all-around solid player. And even at 6 rebounds per game for predominantly a guard player is very impressive in its own right. Today she has 17 points, 8 steals, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. So not only is she having a personal career day, she might have a single season career day as well,
David,
a quadruple double.
Tell the truth. What number does she wear? Number 23. Michael Jordan, as good a defensive player, arguably, as he was offensively.
Mitchell having an issue, I think, with a contact lens as she took an arm to the face there. No whistle, and it'll be Baruch's ball underneath as Thornton Lewis comes into the game.
Speaking about Baruch alumni and professional, Mike Etkin played baseball here, and he played in the Israeli Pro League, which was a great thing, and did well as a pitcher.
Correction, it's actually going to be City College's ball. Baruch lead 55-20, 8:09 remaining here in the third of a record-setting day here at the Arc Arena. It is Alumni Day, though, as well. So if you're not on campus and you're an alumni, please come out. There's a little festivities between the two games, and then there's, of course, the men's game at 4 p.m. between City College and Baruch.
David, some pretty good food in between games. Baruch goes all out with some really catered food in the auxiliary gym.
So Baruch again setting up in the full court press. Beavers able to get it across the timeline, and it'll be Morrison on the far side.
David, I wonder if Coach K at some point is going to go to his bench to let them get some minutes.
Cologne into the lane, can't finish though. And it'll be Leung comes out of the pack with it into the front court to Thornton Lewis. Thornton Lewis right into the lane, splits 2 defenders, can't hit the rebound. Baccarella's shot gets blocked, kicks it out to Castillo, far side. A little short off front rim. Ball able to bounce and hit the ground. Idea comes away with the steal, though, as she took it away from Romero. Inside to Castillo, who lays it in.
David, when it's all said and done, Baccarella's contribution to this program has been unbelievable, and I hope she gets the accolades as well.
Ooh, Castillo takes the pass away. That's going to be an easy layup. I mean, that was Romero, I think, trying to hit a cutter on the far side, and she was able to just step.
David, the choreography looked like a Broadway play on that. She caught it, the steal, in motion.
I think what the plan was there was to have a backside cutter go towards the basket. It faked out, though, Romero. I think she was thinking the player was coming to the ball.
The backside cutter was me and Castillo.
And Castillo now into the front court. Right into the lane. Gives it off to Baccarella. Nice handoff there. High arcing shot from Baccarella. Too strong, but Fisher on the rebound for the Beavers.
Gee, we're all pulling for Baccarella to start to make shots.
Nice steal there.
She's the best.
Baccarella into the front court. Now over to Castillo. Behind the back pass. Back to Castillo from Baccarella. And she lays it in. They're just having some fun out there.
They're making it look easy, David.
It's a little playground basketball there, Joe, for the Bearcats.
Well, you know what? Me and Mike get a spot on the Globetrotters. You never know.
Three there by Cologne. No good. And it's going to be Castillo who comes away with the rebound, her sixth, as we're on quadruple double watch as Baccarella's fouled on the way up. That would have given her Castillo, she has 8 assists right now, 9 steals, and 5 rebounds.
Well, again, you know I'm a big fan of Angela Baccarella because I respect her. Her play has just been, unselfish, the unsung hero. And we just want to make her, see her do well offensively.
Two free throws for Angela Baccarella.
And the pursuit of a triple-double also, Joe, could be stunted if Coach Katrovos goes to his bench a bit early, which he may have the affordability to do with a 41-point lead here in the third.
Well, that's going to be interesting when he decides to do that, David.
As Baccarella off on the second, going 1 of 2 from the line. 62-20, Baruch lead almost at the midway point here in the third quarter. And one there from number 13, Jocelyn Ramos. She's able to draw the contact, and she'll go to the line for a chance at an old-school three-point play.
Ramos, actually, that was a really good offensive move for her to get the basket and the foul. Where has she been for CCNY?
And, Joe, we normally talk about it, and team loses, what can you take from the game? If you're City College today, I mean, what can you take from this game, right? You're turning the ball over. You're not hitting your shots. You're really struggling in a lot of facets of the ball game so far.
Well, they just ran into a very, very confident Baruch team. Not only the physical ability of Baruch, but the mental ability is no match for CCNY.
Nice find there from Castillo. It'll hit the Leung as she was driving right into the lane. The floater no good. Castillo intercepts that pass, though, quite easily. And Castillo now inside the Baccarella. Her shot blocked, though. Good defense there. I think it was number 13, Ramos, underneath, who got her hand in. And she hits the deck there. The foul on the Beavers.
David, I think CCNY should put on a Baruch uniform sometime because they're really playing for Baruch.
The foul there is going to be on Thompson. That's her first. As Castillo, Baccarella, Leung, Thornton Lewis all coming to the bench.
David, when you attended Baruch, who jumps to your mind, women basketball-wise, was a standout back then? Do you remember?
Yeah, we had Jacqueline Kennedy, who played like the 4-5. And oh man, I'm blanking on the name, which is not great. She was the coach's sister.
Yeah.
Not doing a great job, but yeah, it's I'll give Coach Katrozos his credit since we started doing this. Coach Katrozos now been here for a number of years, really building the program year over year into something more and more special.
Well, he's got the right idea. That's for sure. Because he's Baruch royalty. Came here, student athlete. So he wants to keep this excellence going, no doubt.
I mean, you look at my first year here, we had Veronica Ganzi, Jacqueline Kent, Shannon Barrett. That's who also was very a strong player. I mean, Kristen Podlovitz, who was actually assistant coach later on here at the Bearcats.
Sure.
I mean, you're talking about at that time, you had 4 players, including Ganzi, who was a 21 point a game scorer. 4 players for the Bearcats that would average double digits, and then you get to move into some of the later years, I should say, or the mid years of the years that I've been here, and. Melinda Spayu had a great career here. She was strong, averaging, close to 16, 20 points a game in some of her years. Maybe didn't have necessarily the second and third players that we're starting to see that Castillo has.
But you know what? In her own right, she was a complete person, great person off the court.
Yeah.
And, of course, on the court, tremendous leader for this team.
And that's, Mia and Melinda played a year together, and those are 2 players that you wish you saw play a bit more together because, like you said, Spayu in her own right, a very strong player. But at the time, it was just, the years didn't line up when it came to her and Mia playing together.
Yeah, I mean, the history of women's basketball, I mean, if you look year by year, just some tremendous success, great players. And the great thing is it's always been a very enthusiastic bunch of young ladies that have been involved who really went on and, are in society and doing a great job.
So Baruch leads 63-26, a little bit more than 4 minutes remaining here in the third. Check that, a little bit less than 4 minutes remaining here in the third. Then it'll be Lopez to inbound underneath the basket. City College setting up into a full court press themselves. Idea up to Lopez. Nice pass there. Lopez right into the lane. Going coast to coast. Can't finish as she goes to the basket.
Lopez loves to put the ball on the floor.
3 there by Jabby's no good.
Yeah.
Don't forget, 4 p.m. tip-off for the men's game between City College and Baruch. As Ramos is at the line.
We mentioned earlier that CCNY has become a force to be reckoned with in men's basketball. Been playing some very good ball lately.
As Mitchell lays it in on the other end for the Bearcats. 65-28, a little under 3.5 remaining here in the ball game. And Baruch have gone mostly to their bench here in the third. We'll see what happens here in the fourth, as already had some career days here at the Arc Arena today. Nice find there underneath. Ooh, Mitchell shot off left iron, no good. Lopez now has it back upside to Idea. Finds the cutter. Nope, threw it right between Jabby and Lopez, and it's going to go back to the Beavers.
Well, these are important minutes for the second 5 of Baruch or any team. You want to get them minutes. You want to get them game experience so they can be able to contribute down the road.
A little inside out from the Beavers, looking for options. Nope, they're going to call a foul there. That's going to be on Mitchell. That's going to be her third, and that's going to send Ramos to the line to shoot 2.
You know what's interesting, David, is right now NYU women are, I believe, on a 42-game winning streak. The stage is set for a team like Baruch to say, you know what, enough of you. We want headlines too. In the New York area, St. John's, which always is in the newspaper. I would love to see the day that Baruch gets into the headlines.
And Ramos only goes 1 of 2 from the line. As pass ahead of the pack to Morales, picks it up. Nope, slid her pivot foot, took too many steps as she was trying to find the trailer there, and it'll go back to the Beavers.
Yeah.
That's the thing, too, Joe. You spoke about how you're going to play out these last, little quarter plus. And really, it's about staying focused, having that concentration to continue to want to play great basketball, even though you either know you're, in the Bearcats case, up by, close to 40.
Sometimes you get, a little complacent. But the key to a good team and a good program is that you play every minute, no possessions off. And again, if men and women can put together 2 40-minute, two halves, so to speak, or 4 quarters, then you're really on to something.
And, Joe, do you feel like, obviously the first half speaks for itself, but so far in the second half, how have you liked how the Bearcats been playing?
The players let down a little bit, but you can't help that, David, when you're playing so well.
Because they're only +2 here in the third quarter.
It's hard to stay motivated because you're doing so well.
Yeah.
But the key is, good times, bad time. Don't take your foot off the gas pedal. Just go with it. That's the job of the coach and the players to, get that mentality.
And Lopez knocks down the first free throw. And, yeah, Joe, to your point, definitely took the foot off. I thought what was even more impressive than their offensive performance, their defensive performance in the first half. And
also
you see City College already matching their first half total here in the third of points.
You saw the way the second half started. Cologne got busy. Where was she in the first half? First 2 quarters.
And pressing, just like we say that, pressing defense here from the Bearcats as three there, straight on from Rosa, no good. And it'll be Morales who comes out of the pack with it for the Bearcats, goes right into the lane. High arcing wild shot, no good. But Jabby able to get the rebound at the free throw line and knock down the jumper.
Boy, Jabby's a really good player. Love the way she sets her feet.
She's got 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting now. But overall, a quiet season so far as she's averaging around 5 minutes per game.
But you know what? It's good to see her doing it today because she's going to be needed at some point.
As Lopez gets fouled on the way up, trying for the reverse layup, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Free throws for Brianna Lopez.
Again, in years past, we've said, what if Coach K got help from Mia? This year he certainly has help. And hopefully it continues on.
Baruch, who's averaged about 60 points per game on the season, already 71 here this afternoon as they lead 71-30 with 1:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Thornton Lewis checking back into the game.
I think Coach K, David, really wants this game to end with Baruch just pouring it on defensively. We know what they could do offensively, but imagine if defensively, you're buying into everything and, giving that maximum effort.
So it'll be Morrison to walk things up. Baruch setting up, looks like in a zone here. Fisher now trying to find an entry pass underneath. Ball's loose on the deck. They're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
You know what? If Lopez would have turned, she might have been able to slap the ball and cause a turnover.
So now Lopez pushes it into the front court. She's been aggressive when we've seen the ball in her hands so far this afternoon. A minute remains here in the third. Handoff far side to Mitchell. Shot around and out. No good. Ball rebounded by the Beavers. However, Thornton Lewis comes away with the steal. Morales has it. She's going to pull from the elbow. That one rattles around and falls.
You know what, David? Morales, pretty good player. I think she needs some playing time.
And Cologne now near side three. Awkward shot there. Rebounded by Morales. And now it's going to be Thornton Lewis to bring it into the front court. Spins on Rosa.
Now, no hurry for the Bearcats.
Ooh, almost a dangerous pass there. Goes off the foot of Morrison. Lopez now, finds Morales. Hits off her hand. I don't know if she was ready for it. Now Lopez up ahead of the pack to Morrison. That was Rosa up ahead of the pack to Morrison, who lays it in and one. And she'll go to the line for an opportunity at three-point play. We've seen Baruch do that a handful of times on the defensive end this afternoon, really giving up those three-point opportunities.
Well, I think, again, in the second half, they've taken their foot off the gas pedal, David. And that's something that Coach K is going to point out. That we got such a big lead, but there were moments when we, forgot what we're about.
Yeah. Really, like you said, Joe, and Mitchell gets fouled on the way up, but really playing two full halves of basketball here. Oh, wait, no, they're going to say it was on the Bearcats, so it'll go the other way. I mean, Baruch leading outscoring City College 25-17 here in the third. However, the 17 points in the third are more than what City College had at half. But that'll do it for the third quarter. Baruch 73, City College 32. You're watching Baruch College basketball YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. It is Alumni Day here at the Arc Arena. It is also the day that Mia Castillo has become Baruch's all-time leading scorer for both men and women, and also the second player all-time, to hit the 2,000-point threshold following the former Baruch all-time leading scorer who had 2,000 points exactly in Chimak Ekobar.
You know what, David? This success of Mia and the program really bodes well for recruiting for Coach K. You go out and you talk about the success Mia had and the academic excellence of Baruch, and you might want to come here as opposed to, going elsewhere. So this really just bodes well in a lot of reasons.
And to your point, Joe, not only, you get the great experience of, playing Baruch basketball, and you could be part of what we're talking about this growing program. You're also coming to a school that'll give you a quality education and set you up for your career after college.
The fact that you're located in the middle of Manhattan, literally, it's really an attractive place to come. And, David, it's only going to get better. I feel it. I feel the momentum.
So Rosa now has it for City College. Fourth quarter underway. Baruch leads 73-32. And just like that, a turnover here for the Beavers. Thornton Lewis looking for options. Gives it over to Morales. Cutter and Lopez. Ooh, turns around, circles back, finds the cutter in Jabby right into the lane. A little too strong. Mitchell's shot blocked after she's able to corral that rebound. She hits the deck. What a find to Morales from the seat of her pants was Precious Mitchell.
Great play. You want to almost play like you're down if you're the Lady Bearcats, because that's just going to build good habits going forward.
And 24 rebounds between Baccarella, Mitchell, and Morales. So we've really seen some of the role players play their parts.
But, David, they've done that their whole career here.
And one for Mitchell, so she misses the layup, able to get her own rebound. She's got 11 boards now.
The great thing is Angela Baccarella's dad is across in the stands, and he must feel so proud.
And correction, they're actually going to call a travel there on Mitchell. I think I was just a little overzealous, as now it's going to be Thompson. Ball swung around. Rosa on the near side. Morrison hits the deck. No call, but the Beavers able to get the rebound. Now it's Rosa. She'll pull a three from the far side wing and knock it down.
Well, where's she been the whole game for CCNY? That was a good-looking shot.
Baruch lead by 40, 75-35. A minute and a half gone here in the fourth quarter. Handoff to Thornton Lewis from Jabby. Shot no good. Got the whole bench up. As from this angle, it looked like it was going to drop. And now Rosa comes away with the pack, 2-on-1 if they play their cards right. Rosa right into the lane with the left hand as she hits the deck.
You know, Rosa's a good-looking player. I don't know where she's been the whole game.
And Thornton Lewis on the foul there as Rosa gets decked, trying to get the steal off the inbound.
You know, David, I wonder sometimes about coaches. You know, you have players that obviously can play, but how come they don't play until the game's over? I don't get it sometimes.
Now Thompson over to Morrison. Back over to Thompson. Floater in the lane. Shot no good. Rebounded there by Morales. Ooh, throws it right to the waiting hands of Thompson. Oh, can't finish. Ball still loose. This time Mitchell comes away with it. And she gets fouled underneath. There's a lot of hands were in there. Let's see who they call that one on. That one's going to be on 14 Thompson. That's going to be her third.
Well, the Lady Bearcats dealt the CCNY team early blows, and I don't think, you know, they've been able to recover mentally from that. So really it's just playing out the game now.
Now it's going to be Thornton Lewis. Near side three, too strong. Was online just a little too much on that shot, and it'll stay right there with the Bearcats as it went off the Beavers last.
I'm really impressed by Lopez for the Lady Bearcats. I think she could be a really good lead guard. Somebody who can penetrate, get to the basket, but also dish.
And the junior guard out of Brooklyn. As Thornton Lewis pulls it back. 3 to shoot. They need to move fast. Jabby straight on 3. Off back iron, no good. Rebound still loose, right to the hands of Thornton Lewis. Bounce pass inside. 2 players on Morales, and she's able to get that one to go. Felt like it hung up on the rim for a few seconds there.
Yeah, I think Morales has to grow into being a really good post player for the Lady Bearcats.
Ball on the deck. Lopez hits the deck with Morrison. And it's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to go back to Baruch. Nice hustle play there by Lopez to force that turnover. And it'll be Baruch to inbound right in front of the City College bench.
Lopez is a very good player and is only going to get better, especially with experience. But she's a true point guard or lead guard.
And honestly, only averaging about 15 minutes per game. I think coming into the season, she was someone I thought that was going to see a bit more playing time.
Yeah, every team needs that good lead guard, David. And, you know, she's, you know, tailor-made to be that.
Probably doesn't help, though, when you have Leung and Castillo, though, kind of both playing that predominant ball-handling position and kind of ahead of you on the depth chart.
Yeah. But, again, sometimes you're lucky that these players like Lopez being around these great players are going to emerge. She just has the body language of a player.
And Lopez goes 1 of 2 from the line. Good turnout here for game 1 of our doubleheader here on Alumni Day.
Well, Battle of Lexington, Alumni Day, really brings out people.
And if you haven't been down to the Arc Arena, it's free entrance to the game. Definitely try to come out and see this team once before the end of the season. You'll have a few more opportunities to do so, namely the next time to see.
Well, David, not only do we have great basketball here, but tonight at MSG, place is going to be jumping. St. John's versus Villanova, a Big East battle, which everybody marks on their calendar. Either it's St. John's UConn, St. John's Villanova, big night tonight, New York basketball.
And if you want to come out and see your Baruch College Bearcats next, your next opportunity will be at 5:30 on January 17th. That's this coming Friday as they host Medgar Evers. As Thornton Lewis knocks down the technical.
David, Medgar Evers, very tough team. You got to be careful. They're great at upsetting teams. Brian Nigro does a great job there.
And Thornton Lewis knocks them both down from the free throw line. With that said, though, Joe, 0-5 on the road has Medgar Evers been, this year. So an opportunity really to get a struggling team here come into the Arc Arena, and maybe the opportunity for the Bearcats to really start stringing some wins together, as they should be able to get out of this one with a big W.
Medgar Evers is funny, David. Coach Nigro's always had capable players, but hasn't been able to sustain health and good play all year.
As Morrison's three around and out, no good. Morales comes down with the rebound.
John Jay, David, played Fairfield Division I earlier in the year. So CUNY's been, getting out there.
Yeah, I think the three strongest schools, I would say, in the CUNYAC so far, and that Baruch will have to deal with, probably Brooklyn, Lehman, and Hunter, having already played Hunter and Brooklyn. And one there, as Subervie able to get to the basket through some contact.
I think John Jay may have some things going for them this year, men's basketball.
One free throw for CCNY.
Baruch lead 82-39, 5:34 remaining.
Carl Amego, the coach over at York, former Baruch standout player. He's trying to find his way with York.
Nice spin move there by Lopez, who finishes at the basket. What a play there by Brianna Lopez.
Well, she wants to go to the basket. That's her M.O.
She's got 8 points. Now Mitchell the other way. Over to Thornton Lewis. That ball was tipped. Saved on the far side. Nice hustle play there by Ramos. Into the hands of Amota now. Up ahead to Morrison. Lays it in. Can't finish. She hits the deck. No call. And now Thornton Lewis the other way for the Bearcats. Thornton Lewis right into the lane. Looking for options.
Well, I'd like to see in this final 4:51, Baruch just, as a second unit, really execute, because they're going to really be needed going forward.
So with 4:51 remaining and Baruch leading by 44 points, Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. Baruch lead 84-40, and you have to assume at this point, Joe, you're just going to see the bench kind of finish this one out.
To your point, what Coach K wants in this final portion of the fourth quarter is really, again, don't get in bad habits, treat this like it's a practice, and work on what you need to do to contribute to the overall attack. Doesn't matter that you're 8th man, 9th man, you're going to be needed, and you're going to be needed in a key situation down the road.
So a nice home start here in 2025 for the Bearcats. We got about 4:45 remaining here in the ball game. Straight on three there by Ramos off front iron. No good. It'll be Morales who comes away with it. Gives it over to Thornton Lewis, who will walk things up. Now into the hands of Lopez. Nice find there to Mitchell, who lays it in. Nice underhand feed from Lopez.
Now, I told you, she's a traditional lead guard, David, and could prove to be a big-time player here at Baruch.
8 points and 4 rebounds in 13 minutes. Lopez walks it across the timeline here for the Bearcats. Finds a cutter in Morales. Can't finish with the right hand. A nice hop step move. A little unfortunate for that one not to go.
But what two great passes by Lopez.
Yeah. Nice block there from Lopez, as it was Ramos trying to go for the reverse layup. Lopez was not having it as she came across.
But Coach K can't be happy about that defense. That, you know what? The defense just said, hey, listen, we'll move out of the way and go to the basket on us.
Baruch only plus 11 in the second half. After
No
being
free gifts on defense.
After being plus 33 in the first. As they turn the ball over there, and it's going to be Cologne who comes out with it here on the near side. Ooh, Ramos took her eyes off it. As City College set up the offense here. A little under 3.5 to play here in the ball game. Pass there by Cologne into the hands of Morrison after it was Thornton Lewis who got her hands on the pass. 39 turnovers here for City College as they almost turn over again there. And they just might, as it's going to go off of.
So what you're saying,
off
David,
of the Beavers last.
They're averaging a turnover a minute, just about.
More so. We're 37 minutes gone here. As spin move there by Lopez. Floater into the lane. Doesn't hit anything. And will go out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Beavers.
Wow. You know, Lopez is really showing signs of what she's about. Should get Baruch Nation pretty excited.
So it'll be Ramos to walk things up for the Beavers. Inside to Subervi. Subervi puts it on the deck, looking for options. Ooh, may have had a chance to shoot outside to Ramos. Now on the near side. Entrance pass last off the Bearcats as Jabby and Lopez affecting the pass there, and it's going to stay right here for City College. Oh, Cologne almost lost it. Gives it off to Morrison on the far side. Floater just around and out, no good. Ball punched by Lopez into the waiting hands of Morales, and Morales going to push the tempo right into the lane. Shot way too strong. Mitchell comes away with the rebound. Finds Thornton Lewis, bounce pass to Morales. Morales pulls up from mid-range, shot off front iron, back iron, no good.
But Morales is showing, David, she can play.
Sakwachilai into the front court. Subervi looking for options, gives it off to Cologne, thinks about the shot, gives it over on the near side to Ramos. Ramos shot way off. And it's going to be Morrison on the far side. Now over to Cologne, back to Morrison. 5 to shoot. Shot clock didn't reset on that shot there by Ramos as Morrison able to lay it in off the glass.
Well, Morrison, Cologne, Ramos, I mean, they could play for CCNY. You know, they just haven't done it today.
Morrison leading all scorers for CCNY with 14 of the 44. Check that. Nice find there to Mitchell underneath. Her shot was blocked. And it'll stay right there with the Bearcats. 1:29 remaining here in the ball game. Baruch lead 86-44. Ooh, nice find underneath for Lopez. Ooh, took some contact, no call. And it's going to stay right there for the Bearcats.
I'm surprised Lopez isn't on the line for 2 because that was clearly contact.
Thornton Lewis over to Lopez now. Nice find there from Morales. Thornton Lewis wide open underneath, who lays it in.
Morales is a really good player. Like Lopez, I think you're going to see some big things out of her.
Thornton Lewis has 15 points now on 26 minutes of action. The high mark for minutes here for the Bearcats today, with a lot of the starters getting rest late into the third and for most of the fourth. As we're in the final minute of action here, Baruch have doubled up City College 88-44. Shot there, no good though. Rebounded by Subervi. Her shot no good. Morales hit the deck. Subervi can't hit after getting her own rebound, and it'll be Morales into the front court now. Gives it off to Thornton Lewis.
Well, I think this final possession, we could start clapping. Lady Bearcats, great job today. Should be very proud of yourself.
And Joe, I think if you're gonna go where you want to go. If you're this Bearcat team, you have to beat these teams when they come into your building. And I mean, credit to them. They did way more than just beat them today.
David, you couldn't be any more right. You can't play down to opponents. That's a terrible thing to get into. But Coach K has been around the block, and I think he's really got it.
And that'll do it for the first game of your doubleheader here at Alumni Day. Blowout victory here for Baruch, 88-46. You know, Joe, I mean, we had a chance to speak about all the niceties of the Bearcats today, but, you know, kind of just piggybacking off what we just said, you have a team here, a winless team here in City College. You have a team at Baruch who has, you know, you could argue the best player, two of the 5 to 7 best players, including the best player in the conference. And you have high aspirations if you're the Bearcats and places that you want to go. These are the games you have to get, especially at home.
David, a game like this is what they call a trap game or whatever, you know. It had the makings of, you know, we didn't take them seriously. Oh, no. This team came out prepared. I told you from minute one, great body language, and they were on a mission. Again, Coach K and his staff, a lot of credit they have to get for the preparation. But Mia Castillo just makes everybody better. And you know what? If you're a Lady Bearcat fan, you have to be really excited about the future. If they can continue this complete game play, David.
So, like we said, a complete game from the Bearcats, forcing City College into a litany of errors, jumping all over City College in the first quarter. They were up 32-12, and you could argue, Joe, that you know, we had a span where in a minute and 40 seconds, Baruch had a 14-0 run. I mean, from there, they really just didn't look back.
David, everything was clicking. Energy, execution. Again, the shots that weren't falling were really good shots. That's a maintenance problem. I don't mean to, you know, harp on it, but the point is it was a complete game. Even when things sort of didn't go well, you know, Baruch just was doing everything well. And I like the fact that the bench was able to contribute. So really, taking away the all effort, you have to be really excited. And I can't wait for the next game to see if Baruch can keep this up.
Yeah, and we had, I think, a good portion of the men's team behind us as they watched the women's game in solidarity. And hopefully this gives them a little bit of, you know, let's keep the pedal to the metal type of feel.
I don't care what you say. It's a rivalry. CUNY play starts. You're at home. You got to get it. You really do. And, again, before you know it, it's tournament time, and you're only as good as the mistakes you corrected and the things you really found that are going to work for you as a team. And I think that's all happening. And, again, Baruch Nation, let's keep our fingers crossed everybody stays healthy. And we're in a good place. We really are.
So Baruch dominating, like we said, 88-46, winning all of the key statistics, whether you want to call it the turnover margin. They won the rebound battle. They won the points off of turnovers. They won the bench points. They really put together that complete performance.
David, didn't you feel sitting here, there was just something about the energy from the Baruch team?
I mean, I guess, you know, you have the pregame festivities for both Elissa and Mia. So when you have your two best players, you know, getting some admiration before the game starts, they're already hyped coming into the game, but that could only notch it up a few levels.
But sometimes that works against you. You go get too hyped up and all. But today, if you had to bottle this, it was all good. And again, it's Alumni Day. So, you know, Alumni Day and Battle Lexington, 2 days on the calendar that you just got to really get it done. You really do.
And lucky for the Lady Bearcats, they get to do this again on Wednesday night before they come home again against Medgar Evers on Friday. So if you could get out to the Arc Arena, that's your next chance to see this Lady Bearcat team and really a few of the best players that we've ever seen lace up their shoes.
Like I said, David,
Baruch.
I'm tired of turning on the TV and hearing about NYU and their 42-game winning streak. It's time for Baruch to stand up and get some attention. Let's get it.
So that'll do it for us here at the Arc Arena. Once again, your final score today for the Lady Bearcats, 88-46 over City College. We'll be back at about 5 minutes to 4 to preview the men's game between City College and Baruch. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.